Professor William Liebenberg explains that the world is entering a moment where global payment systems are rapidly converging, and this raises a powerful question. Can mBridge, BRICS Pay, the XRP Ledger, a future BRICS unit currency, and XRP itself all operate within one interconnected financial ecosystem? The pace of transformation in cross-border finance is accelerating, and nations, institutions, and individuals are demanding faster, cheaper, and more transparent settlement tools than ever before. In this environment, new digital networks have emerged, each with unique architectures, mandates, and strengths, yet their objectives overlap far more than they differ. Three platforms now sit at the center of this evolution: mBridge, which focuses on multi-CBDC wholesale transactions, BRICS Pay, which is designed for retail and commercial cross-border payments, and the XRPL, one of the world's most mature high-performance blockchains optimized for value transfer. At the same time, discussions around a potential BRICS unit settlement currency and the growing recognition of XRP as a neutral global bridge asset have intensified speculation about a future where all these networks sync seamlessly. This video sets the stage for understanding why this interconnected future is not only feasible but increasingly likely. Understanding the three networks. mBridge, formerly known as the Multiple CBDC Bridge, is a joint initiative between the BIS Innovation Hub and several major central banks, including China, Thailand, the UAE, and Hong Kong. Its purpose is to replace slow, expensive correspondent banking layers with direct settlement between central banks using tokenized digital currencies. Built on a bespoke blockchain called the mBridge Ledger, it focuses on high-value, wholesale-level transfers where finality, compliance, and institutional trust are non-negotiable. BIS involvement gives mBridge credibility, stability, and political weight within global finance. The approach by targeting ordinary citizens and businesses that need instant, low-cost cross-border payments using local currencies. The platform relies on mobile-based transactions, integrated Forex engines for real-time currency conversion, and a long-term roadmap that aligns with future BRICS digital currency initiatives. It is not just a fintech tool. It is a geopolitical strategy designed to reduce dependence on the US dollar while expanding the financial autonomy of BRICS nations. With large-scale public adoption as its goal, BRICS Pay plays a complementary role to mBridge, rather than competing with it. The XRP Ledger, created in 2012, is a decentralized, high-speed blockchain built specifically for payments and tokenization. With 3 to 5 second settlement, extremely low fees, and a built-in decentralized exchange, it offers one of the most efficient value transfer systems ever created. XRPL is inherently cross-chain capable and designed for interoperability, and XRP functions as a neutral bridge asset that can connect currencies, networks, and liquidity pools with predictable efficiency. These properties make XRPL unique among blockchains and position XRP as a critical link in future global settlement frameworks. Why interconnection is technically feasible. Despite being built for different audiences and different political mandates, mBridge, BRICS Pay, and the XRPL share foundational features that make interconnection both logical and achievable. All three support tokenized value. mBridge tokenizes CBDCs, BRICS Pay tokenizes local currency balances, and XRPL tokenizes everything from fiat to commodities to stablecoins. Tokenization acts as a universal financial language, allowing networks to communicate without needing to share the same blockchain technology or governance structure. A second reason interconnection is feasible is that all three networks are compatible with modern API-based financial architecture. Whether through REST APIs, WebSocket communication, or protocols inspired by the Interledger model, these systems can exchange payment instructions, route liquidity, and confirm settlement across completely different platforms. The XRPL already uses the Interledger protocol, a technology designed from the start to link any digital payment network, including CBDCs. This creates a natural pathway for mBridge or BRICS Pay to connect. They also share similar transactional components: sender and receiver identifiers, cryptographic verification, currency amount payloads, and ledger-level settlement. These shared standards make it possible to build conversion modules that translate one network's message format into another's, creating a bridge between ecosystems without altering their internal structure. As global finance continues to adopt common messaging frameworks, the likelihood of seamless interconnection grows even stronger. Modern interoperability no longer depends on speculative technology. It already exists and is widely deployed. Systems such as the Interledger Protocol, ISO 2022 financial messaging standards, atomic swaps, hash-time locked contracts, and private institutional bridge nodes now allow digital ledgers to communicate securely, even when they operate on completely different architectures. This means private blockchains like mBridge can interact with public networks like the XRPL without either system surrendering control. These mature communication layers enable value to move across platforms with the same reliability as sending an email, making cross-network settlement a real and tested capability. The strategic compatibility of mBridge, BRICS Pay, and XRPL. Beyond the technical feasibility, the strategic alignment between mBridge, BRICS Pay, and the XRPL is striking. All three systems aim to reduce settlement times, reduce dependency on SWIFT, increase national sovereignty in payments, strengthen currency liquidity, and expand the reach of global commerce. These shared goals naturally pull the systems closer together rather than pushing them apart. Instead of competing technologies, they are complementary frameworks forming the early architecture of a multi-rail global settlement environment. BRICS nations have openly expressed that they do not want a single monolithic system. They want multiple interoperable rails that can collectively support a future BRICS unit digital settlement and currency. This vision aligns perfectly with the design philosophy behind XRP and the XRPL, which were built to connect siloed payment networks rather than replace them. The multi-rail strategy means BRICS Pay can serve consumers, mBridge can serve central banks, and XRPL can act as the universal liquidity and messaging bridge between them, forming a cohesive ecosystem. The People's Bank of China has repeatedly emphasized the need for cross-border CBDC compatibility, multi-network integration, and internationally aligned blockchain-based standards. This is the same direction taken by the XRPL, which already uses protocols designed for interoperability and cross-border settlement. China's alignment with open architecture principles makes it significantly more likely that its CBDC experiments, including mBridge, will not remain isolated, but instead evolve toward compatibility with other global settlement layers such as XRPL and BRICS Pay. How the systems could connect. One of the most realistic integration pathways is XRPL, acting as the liquidity bridge between retail BRICS Pay users and wholesale mBridge CBDC settlement. For example, a user sends local currency through BRICS Pay, XRPL converts it using XRP as a neutral bridge asset, and mBridge settles the final wholesale CBDC transaction between the involved central banks. This layered approach improves speed, reduces forex friction, and bypasses slow correspondent banking networks. It also ensures liquidity is always available, even for illiquid currency pairs. A second pathway is pure interledger protocol routing. A transaction initiated in BRICS Pay can be broken into ILP packets that are routed through any available rails, including XRPL or a future BRICS unit ledger. Final settlement then occurs on mBridge in central bank digital currency. This modular routing design ensures that the system always selects the fastest and most cost-efficient path, allowing global payments to function similarly to internet data packets. It is flexible, secure, and already deployed in production environments internationally. Another scenario involves the BRICS unit currency being issued directly on the XRPL as a tokenized asset, while simultaneously being mirrored on mBridge as a wholesale CBDC instrument. This would allow the unit to move fluidly across retail and wholesale levels, supported by XRPL's liquidity and mBridge's institutional finality. BRICS Pay would integrate the unit for consumer transactions, creating a fully connected end-to-end settlement ecosystem. This framework aligns perfectly with BRICS statements calling for a digital tokenized unit currency. A fourth pathway is direct node-level integration. BRICS central banks could operate mBridge nodes while also maintaining private XRPL sidechains or messaging bridges that allow them to interact securely with the public XRPL network. BRICS Pay would connect through authenticated APIs, enabling consumer to central bank settlement with predictable security. This model allows each participant to retain sovereignty while benefiting from shared interoperability infrastructure. The role of BRICS unit in the ecosystem. A future BRICS unit, whether backed by commodities, assets, or stabilized algorithmically, would function as a regional digital settlement currency designed for multilateral trade. Its role would be to simplify cross-border accounting, reduce currency conversion risk, and serve as a neutral settlement layer between BRICS nations. Because it would be fully digital and tokenized, the unit could operate on XRPL for liquidity, on mBridge for central bank settlement, and within BRICS Pay for retail use. This makes interoperability an intentional design goal rather than an afterthought. The unit's most powerful feature is that it does not need to exist on only one ledger. It could simultaneously be represented on XRPL, on mBridge's institutional blockchain, on BRICS Pay's commercial platform, and even on private national chains. This multi-network capability transforms the unit into a universal settlement asset that can move across jurisdictions and platforms with minimal friction. By being tokenized at its core, the unit becomes naturally compatible with XRP's bridging capabilities and XRPL's token ecosystem. The profound role of XRP. XRP stands out not because it replaces CBDCs or the BRICS unit, but because it complements them in ways no sovereign currency can. XRP provides instant neutral liquidity. It is not tied to any country. It can bridge illiquid currency pairs. It has proven real-world utility in international settlement, and it supports the global trend toward multi-rail interoperability rather than single-rail systems. XRP fills the gaps that CBDCs cannot fill and acts as the universal connector between national, regional, and global digital currencies, making it indispensable in a future interconnected financial landscape. The conclusion is clear. The idea that mBridge, BRICS Pay, and the XRP Ledger can interconnect is no longer speculation. It is grounded in shared technologies, compatible architectures, and geopolitical strategies that are deliberately aligned. These systems were designed for the same purpose: instant value transfer across borders without relying on the old, slow, expensive infrastructure the world has outgrown. Together, they form the blueprint for a new global financial engine built on efficiency, transparency, and digital precision. Each of these networks operates on tokenized value, cryptographic verification, cross-chain messaging, and API-driven interoperability. In other words, the same digital language. This is why a future where BRICS UNIT acts as a regional settlement currency, while XRP functions as a universal bridge asset, is not only plausible, it is the logical outcome of everything being built right now. These frameworks were never meant to exist in isolation. They were engineered to snap together like components of a single financial machine. These systems are not competitors. They are complementary layers of a multipolar monetary world where nations retain sovereignty while still participating in seamless global trade. mBridge accelerates CBDC settlement, BRICS Pay integrates regional commerce, and XRP provides the neutral, lightning-fast liquidity rail that connects them all. The result is a future that is faster, more stable, and more transparent than anything the legacy financial order could offer. As the world shifts away from outdated settlement rails, the convergence of these technologies may become one of the defining transformations of 21st century finance. Interoperability is no longer a dream. It is a requirement. And the global architecture being built today makes it not only possible but inevitable. Everything is being positioned with precision. The Alliance has prepared this transition for decades, and all indicators show we are now entering the endgame phase where these systems merge into a single cohesive global framework. We inform, you choose. In this library, we don't give false hope or news for sensation. The information shared is based on reality.